Hello, good morning.
This is JTH.
See what I did there? Run it, flick it, it extends.
Sorry we had to cut the last part short. My parents were calling me.
They want to know. They just want to know what time we wanted to go get dinner.
Yeah. Anyways.
McDonald's. I mean Burger King.
Anyways, here we go with Apple Bucking with a Beauty Part 2.
Yes.
Like we said, this was originally going to be like at least 2 parts, but since we had to cut that part short, this is more than likely going to be at least 3 or 4 parts now. But anyways, here we go. And I just want to say, I'm not going to spoil it, but we're planning something special for our 200th video, because as far as I can tell, I have 190 videos, and me and him are planning something special for our 200th video. Just thought I'd throw that out there, but I'm not going to spoil it and tell you what it is. Gives you something to look forward to.
Yep.
But anyways, here we go. When we last left off, we were just about to start the apple bucking. Looking back, you mark a tree with an invisible X using your left rear hoof. Taking a deep breath, you pull your hind legs and give it a mighty kick. Your hooves slam into the tree, shaking it with incredible force. In moments, you hear the sound of apples falling into the baskets below. Well, that's
Don't you find it funny that they always, when they hits them, they always fall into the baskets, and none of them just fall around the basket?
Yeah.
It's like these trees know.
Well, that's one tree down. You look around. You see that there are at least 200 more to go. 200. Wow. Each one is brimming with bright red apples. You chuckle softly. At least you enjoy this type of work. And having your crush only a few hundred yards away only sweetens the deal. A few hours pass and you are no longer aware of the time. You continue focusing on your tasks. Dozens of trees stood waiting for you to bug them. It is certainly a good thing you aren't a scrawny earth pony, Stallion. Though there is one surprising difference between you and Big Mac, other than the fact that he is bigger and considerably stronger. Your hooves aren't like his. The fur doesn't recede around the solid part of your hooves like Big Mac's does. Nevertheless, you can still bug the trees with the best of them. That's true, like how it's tan at the bottom of his, so his hooves are probably a bit more tougher.
I got the my OC has the fur coming out for his hose.
Yeah. You look around, noticing the trees you have bucked. You can at least see a new pattern emerging. Stopping for a moment, you begin to wonder where Applejack is. You were fairly good at telling the time even without a clock, but you aren't quite sure how long it's been since the two of you began. You also recall mentioning her taking a break in a few hours. In all honesty, you aren't too exhausted at the moment, but you decide to look for Applejack anyway. If nothing else, you can meet up with her and the two of you can check on each other's progress. Besides, you relish having an excuse to go see her.
Oh my god.
What? What?
Apparently, in this season of Doctor Who, we're gonna get to hear his name.
Really?
That's what it says. They're gonna reveal his name.
Nice.
Sweet. Okay, back to the reading. I'm sorry.
No. A grin forms on your face as you begin searching the Myrad, whatever it is, trees of the South Orchard for her. For a moment, you begin to feel this is just like searching for a needle in a haystack. A few minutes pass and you consider calling out her name. After all, she said if you need anything to just give her a yell. Instead, you figure you could just keep poking around the trees. She couldn't be too far, could she? A few more minutes pass and you approach an area of trees joined by some bushes. Continuing to look around, your ears catch the sound of what sounds like talking. Giving a sharper listen, it sounds like Applejack. Moving closer, you are finally able to make out some words. Thank goodness this orchard is somewhat secluded. And it's good that we're working on opposite parts of this section. Say what?
Oh no, please tell me that she's not.
What?
I think she's either masturbating or pissing.
I don't know, but either way, I don't know if I'll be able to rate all of that without commenting on every little thing. I don't know why, but it just helps me get through it if I comment on everything.
Keep reading, we'll find out.
No. You hear Applejack speak. This confirms your suspicions that it is her, but you have no idea what she's talking about. Moving a little closer, you hear her voice coming from behind the bush you are standing in front of. This time you hear her say, "Looks like I drank a bit more water than I realized."
She's pissing.
Well, thankfully this won't take too long. Oh, I guess I should go see how he's doing then.
Run!
Yeah. Or I should say it like Matt Smith. Basically, run.
You were spying on me peeing? You motherfucker!
Just what is Applejack going on about? Your curiosity continues to grow as you cautiously poke your head out from between the bush and an adjacent tree. There you spy her backing up to a nearby tree. However, her stance and alignment are incorrect for her to be bucking it. You quickly notice her tail moves to the side and she lightly spreads her hind legs. Then you make the connection to her mentioning all the water she drank. There's no way she's about to do what you think she's going to do. You were right.
Why are you gonna watch this, dude? That's just wrong.
Oh, I don't know. Well, like I said, now that this is happening, I don't know if I'm going to be able to read the rest of this without commenting on every little thing.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut, actually.
Unless you can't help it. You hear Applejack sigh and softly say, "Oh my, I didn't realize I was holding this for so long." Following your words, your eyes widen as you see a pale yellow stream of urine squirt out from her crest, and it quickly forms a strong torrent, and the sound of it splashing against the roots of the tree behind her reaches your ears.
Oh, come on.
Oh my man. That's, I mean, Jadex, your stories are awesome and all, but do you have to add things like this? No. The ground quickly begins to dampen as a small puddle begins to form. You can hardly believe this is happening. And oddly enough, you find the sight of her peeing rather alluring. Seriously? Strangely enough, you have always been curious about this. After all, their anatomy is considerably different from yours.
Dude, did you not go to school, man?
No, I'm sure he did. How else would he know their anatomy is considerably different?
Well, yeah, I'm saying, like, he's like, oh yeah, well, ooh, this is interesting. Her anatomy's different. I'm gonna watch her pee. Fucking A. I learned that in. Oh, never mind. I learned that in 7th grade.
You continue to take in this enticing sight, and you don't realize you let out a rather loud, lustful sigh. Quickly, you pull your head back as Applejack turns in your direction. Then, as you back up, you step on a noisy twig. "Rats!" you whisper.
Failure.
"Is some pony over there?" you hear Applejack ask. "If there is, y'all might as well come on out. If you want to watch the show, you might as well do it honestly." You hear her remark, thinking your ears are deceiving you. Once you step out of there, you know she's just gonna say you're a creep for spying on her and that you're fired. Well, there goes your dream job in hopes of getting together with this wonderful mare. Oh well, this isn't the first time you messed something like this up. Well, if you went out there, the least you could do is be a stallion and own up for what you've done. Letting out a heavy sigh, you emerge from the bushes. There you see Applejack still standing there. You wonder just how much water she had drank, and she looks at you with surprise. Oh wait, she looks at you, and to your surprise, Applejack doesn't seem to be mad. Seriously? I thought she'd be pissed.
I would. I'd kill you, man. I'd fucking kill you. I'm just kidding.
Well, if you were Applejack. Right?
Well, if I was Applejack, I'd rip your head off. And then I'd piss down your throat.
Oh, Bucky, it's just you. I wasn't sure who it was at first. She remarks, letting out a sigh of relief. Sigh of relief? Oh my god, did you say that? So are you enjoying my little show? She asks. Did you have to ask that? Oh, like I said, I don't think I can read the rest of this without commenting on everything. Hold on, this just popped up. There we go. Part of you wants to look away from the sight, yet the curious colt inside you cannot turn away. Unable to speak, you just nod a few times. Oh, Celestia. Can this please go a little faster? She giggles at you and then says, I guess mares and stallions are a little curious about this at some time in their lives. You nod again and you're finally able to speak. Yeah, I'm sorry, Applejack. I was looking for you, but I didn't expect to find you, doing this. And I hope you're not too mad that I was staring at you. You give her a sincerely apologetic expression. Her face softens as she smiles at you. Don't fret none, Bucky, she begins. I can't blame you for being curious. Besides, you ain't the first stallion to catch me doing this. Though you are the first that I didn't mind having watch me, for real. Oh, son of a fuck. You feel a rush of adrenaline accompany her words. Did she really mean it? Applejack, you utter softly. Do you mean it? course I do, she replies, doing her best to shake dry. Wow. Looking around, you find a few clean fallen tree leaves. You pick them up and walk over to her. Here, you say, offering her the leaves to dry off with. She blushes and smiles warmly at your thoughtful gesture. That's real nice of you, Bucky. Do you mind? Applejack asks, pointing to her flank.
Fuck.
Your mouth drops open. You want me to wipe you dry? You ask, feeling quite dumbfounded. Wow. She nods at you a couple times. I do. Come on, Bucky. I trust you. In the time you've been here, I realized you're quite an honest pony, Applejack remarks. By this point, you figure you know it's just some crazy dream. Maybe if you go with the flow, you'll wake up and discover you simply fell asleep from all the apple bucking you'd been doing.
Balls.
In all seriousness, this stage just seems to keep going more and more of your favor, and that doesn't jive. Whatever that means. Rejecting all your hesitation, you secure the leaves in your hoop and walk to Applejack's backside. You still can't believe she asked you to do this. Of course, if she were to dry herself, she would need to get in a rather compromising position, so maybe she likes this idea better. You slowly begin running the leaves against her. They were all that stood between your hoof and her amazing marehood.
Yeesh.
Naturally, you took a good look at it while you were tending to it. This was really making you feel a strong sense of arousal. It was all you could do was fight the urge to become physically aroused. Removing the leaves, you studied her folds carefully and asked, "How do you feel? It looks dry back here." "Right as rain," she replies. Thanks a bunch for doing that. I could have done that myself, but it means getting in that really awkward position. Tossing the leaves by the dampened tree, you say, "No problem. Well, I guess we should, get back to work." At this point, you hardly know what to say. Work seems to be the best alternative. Wow. Applejack walks up to you. You have no idea what's on her mind, but for some reason she leaves you feeling quite unnerved. She looks at you for a moment, then gazes her shift gazes away from you. Damn it! Why do I keep messing up? Then you see her gaze shift away from your face. "Hey now, what do you have going on back there?" she asks. Oh no.
He's got a boner.
Yep. I can't believe she caught it so quickly. Well, she's smart.
She's intelligent.
Yes. Your eyes widen in horror as you realize she's staring at your stallion hood, and worst of all, you failed to ward off that arousal and have now become erect.
Nice.
The embarrassment makes you blush deeply. You hope she isn't upset by this development. You are starting to wonder how you would make this day alive now. What?
Make it. I think he meant to say how you make it through this day alive now.
Oh yeah, make it out of this day alive now. Yeah, you were right. Is all you can mutter to her. Applejack giggles at you. Are you getting all shy on me because of that? Come on now, it's a perfectly natural response to the right kind of stimuli, she remarks, once again flexing her intelligence for you. You notice a somewhat sly expression on her face. Say, Bucky, I was wondering something. They say turnabout is fair play, so would you do me a favor? She begins. You close your eyes and brace yourself for what she's going to ask.
What?
I don't know if I can read that last
Could
part
I
with
watch
it.
you
I don't know if I can read that with keeping a straight face. I mean, you couldn't.
I just did.
Yeah, but you didn't keep a straight expression or face. You fell back. Could I watch you pee? That is, if you need to relieve yourself. I was right. I couldn't say that without keeping a straight face.
Sorry.
That's for attacking me.
Oh, fine, I'll attack your computer.
In actuality, the question doesn't sound as bad as it did in your mind. In fact, you aren't even sure what state your bladder is in. You have been so wrapped up in your apple buggy, you didn't even pay any heed. Plus, you are ignoring it now, because all the bells and whistles going off in your head. Clearing your mind, you take your moment to focus on your nether region. You notice a distinct tingling in your bladder. Apparently, you do need to relieve yourself. I guess you're right, Applejack. I saw you go. It's only fair. But why is Applejack letting all of this happen?
Why do you think...
Is she going somewhere with this? Or could it be against all... Or it could be that against all hope she actually likes you too?
Stupid idiot.
Well, there was only one way to find out. Okay, then. Of course, don't feel pressured to do this for me if y'all don't really want to, she speaks, wanting to know she respects your feelings. Oh. Applejack really is quite a mare. Now she's being respectful to you. She must be going somewhere with all this. At least you hope so. At any rate, you figure you can do this for her. Besides, she did it for you. You didn't even have to ask. No, Applejack. It's fine, you respond. You walk over to the same tree she had just used. I don't know if I can read that sentence with keeping it straight again. Right after, you walk over to the same tree she had just used.
Oddly enough, you like the idea of peeing where she had just had gone.
Oh, man. Taking a deep breath.
I fucking hate... Sorry, I can handle this, but I really don't like stories that involve scat or urine. It's just gross.
Well, at least you can handle it.
I'm trying to get it out of my mind at the moment, but keep on reading.
No, like I said, I don't know if I can read things like this without commenting on every little thing.
There we go. It's emptied my mind. I'll empty your mind now.
You don't have to.
Too late. I already did. Now you're good. Keep reading.
Now I don't remember where I was. You wiped my memory that I don't know where I left off.
Taking a deep breath.
Thank you. Taking a deep breath, you take up position near the dampened ground. You lightly spread your back legs, ensuring that she can get a decent view. Focusing for a moment, you discover you are relaxed enough around her to go. Slowly you begin to... Slowly a few light shots start splashing towards the ground, gradually releasing to a full stream. You immediately notice the smells as yours start to continue. It's a little unpleasant, but you've smelled far worse. The only thing that smells... The worst smell in this world, definitely a skunk. Skunks smell awful.
And me after I go to the bathroom. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you had to bring that out, didn't you?
No, I'm just joking. I'm just messing around.
Applejack begins watching you like a curious little filly. You find it on that she isn't like she hasn't seen a stallion pee before. After mentioning being caught by other stallions, you figure she must have been her brother or some pony else do the same at some point. Regardless, you stand there playing on your own little show for her. It's a little embarrassing, but you feel your face become flushed of it. So, what do you think? You dare to ask her. She watches you, just at the rapid pace. Applejack's happy expression shifts to one of notable concern. Bucky, she begins, why don't you come find me sooner? If you had to go this bad, I would have given you a break for sure. You smile from her caring words. Oh, it's okay, Applejack. In all honesty, I didn't even realize I had to go until just a little bit ago. She continues to watch you with due interest. Applejack marvels at the volume you appear to be putting out.
Give me a break.
Whoa, Nelly, you must have drank quite a bit too, she declares. You snicker at her. Yeah, I think I did. Well, the first few dozen trees weren't so far from the water jug, and you were right. Apple bucking is tiring work. So I made sure to keep my fluid levels up, you respond, partially grinning. She didn't say anything, rather she keeps watching your stream as it weakens and comes to a halt. You flex your hips and shake dry as best you can. This whole chain of events just seems hard to believe. But so far you liked where this seemed to be heading.
Man.
Well, that sure was nice. Oh, and do I detect an ulterior motive for the spot you chose? Applejack inquires curiously.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You blush and figure there's no point in trying to concoct a lie. She is known for her honesty. Yeah, there is, but it probably would sound foolish to you, you reply. Applejack walks up to you. Her beautiful green eyes are only inches from your face. Is that a fact? She asks you. Come on, Bucky. There's no need to keep playing these coy games. You've got a thing for me, don't you?
Oh, you just noticed?
Her eyes seem to pierce right through yours and into your very being. There seems to be a glimmer of hope in her eyes. At this point, you have little to lose by throwing down your cards. You might as well come clean. After sighing, you profess, Yes, Applejack. I'm crazy about you.
No.
Working here on Sweet Apple Acres with you has been a dream come...
It has been a dream come true.
Thank you. I only hope my actions today haven't ruined things for me.
Aww.
You turn your head away and sigh to the side and uneasily wait for her reply. For a moment there is only silence. Then you feel a hoof caress your right cheek. Turning your head back, you see an expression of sheer joy on Applejack's face. I'm glad you finally told me, she confesses. I suspected you were keen on me when you first started working here. I admit I didn't know what to think at first, but as the days went on, she pauses for a moment to look into your eyes. Then collecting her thoughts, she continues. You've been so kind to me and the other members of the family. You're always polite to Apple Bloom, my little sister, and you're always ready to help out around the farm and orchard. Not to mention you're quite the handsome stallion, too. Following her words, Applejack continues to run her hoof along the soft fur of your cheek. Aww. You blink at her, partly in disbelief. This is a great start to what you've been hoping for. Applejack, you speak quietly. She continues to smile at you. I'll tell you something, Bucky, she starts. I find myself becoming more than a little crazy for you. Her words are heavenly as she begins revealing her true feminine side as you always suspected she had. And so far you love it.
Whoops. Oh, don't worry, I got the timer going, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah, he has a timer on his phone.
Go keep reading, 8 minutes left.
8 minutes? Okay. So that's why you said you didn't mind having me watch you. You remark in realization. She nods. Yeah, but you gotta know, it's not like I plan on letting you watch me or nothing. Shoot, I had no idea we'd even bury the hatchet on this matter, Applejack reveals. You quickly think back to Big Mac's words this morning. He told you that Applejack works alone, but for some reason for asking your help seemed genuine. Wait a second, Applejack. Did you ask for my help today, hoping we could have a talk like this? You inquire, suspecting you are putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. She tries not to grin. Yeah, I was hoping for my reason asking your help would throw you off, but I ain't the best liar, she confesses.
Element of honesty.
Exactly. I know, and it's okay, but wow, you really like me? You question. Her eyes shift around as she suspected there is no pony nearby. Applejack leans up and kisses you gently on the lips. For a moment your body freezes to take in this amazing sensation. Her kiss is incredible. It's strong yet it's yielding. It's bold but passionate. Her kiss is better than you hoped it would be. Pulling back, Applejack looks intently at you. Does that answer your question? She replies. Reaching out a hoof to touch one of her lovely cheeks, you respond. It does, Applejack. She moves close to you and leans her head on your shoulder. You hear a content sigh escape her mouth. It fills you with a calming serenity and a growing anticipation of wonders to come. But sadly, the harshness of reality sets in. You two are still technically on the job. There is work to do and you couldn't shirk off your responsibilities. Besides, now that your feelings are open, the two of you could always hook up after work. Not that there is much for your current dilemma. Strongly disliking yourself, you say, I hate to spoil the mood, but we probably should get back to work and finish this later. Darn you, Bucky, she says. There you go, being all responsible. That's another trait I like in a stallion. Applejack pulls back and gazes into your eyes again. You just keep making me want you more and more, she remarks.
Damn.
Applejack, she cuts you off, placing her hoof over your mouth. Don't say anything. Your eyes say more than words ever could. And don't worry about the apple bucking right now. We've earned more than a little break. Besides, I can't have you working like that, she admits, pointing to your backside. That's when you remember your arousal still hasn't gone away. In fact, her words and gestures have only added to your desire. Then what are you going to do about it? You ask, giving her a sly look. She places her hooves on your shoulders and smiles at you. Well, I think I'll express my feelings for you physically, she declares with a suggestive wink. Then her smile grows. You know, you aren't the only pony who's in need right now. Your eyes widen as she turns around. Applejack moves her tail to the side and points the hoof toward her backside. If you take a close look, you'll see what I'm talking about. Nice way to put it. This is epic. She is actually allowing you to get a close look at her private area. You slowly move closer to scope her inviting crescent. At first you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Taking a closer look at her labia, whatever, you discover a distinct dampness along her slit. Your curiosity is begging you to take a look inside and you to see if there are any further signs of arousal. You swallow hard and manage to ask, Applejack, do you mind if I take a closer look?
Dude, she's presenting herself to you.
Do you mind if I take a closer look? I don't care if the timer's not off. We're going to cliffhang it here. Yes, we are. Yes, we are cliffhanging it again. I know I'm evil. But still, you have something to look forward to in part 3. Yeah. So in part 3, I'm guessing, is where the sex happens.
Oh, you think?
I don't think. I know. Anyways, this is JTH.
Mr. Tails is the hero.
And we will see you in part 3.